I see.
Yeah, that is so nice because you can just quickly click that and then click share instead of having to like pull up on your phone and search and garbage. And I think I even set up so yeah, they always open in a new tab, so it won't like.
Oh, I never knew about that.
That's what I do.
Remarkably.
That's what I do to do the share thing.
It changes everything.
Yeah, and it'll also tell you how many people are watching on each thing and blah 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 blah. All right, let's see here. Start recording, and there we go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. It's Game That Tune in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We got just the tight three tonight. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
And we got David Fleming with us. Say hey.
Hey.
Look at that. Fastest intro we've ever done. If you're just joining us on Game That Tune, what we do around here is we have a lot of fun. We listen to video game music, try and guess the games based on the music. 3 songs from each game, a little bit of trivia. We goof off, have some fun. Winner at the end of the night picks a theme for our next episode and gets to play a bonus tune to close out the show. And let's see, who won last week? Who was that great Game That Tune player that won last week? Oh, that was me. I won last week. I'm the one who won. And I picked a complicated theme. Not the easiest explanation or wording, as I've learned from trying to take requests on this theme. But I wanted some Swan Song games. Call it Last Call. Late to the party. Games that came out in the last year of a system's life cycle, or came out the same year as a replacement system, a supposedly better system, or after that system came out even. It's a difficult theme to explain, but we're getting into some of the final games of some systems. And I think that means that we're going to have some forgotten games with some good tunes that like nobody played because they had, because if you listen to a video game music podcast, I assume that you went out and bought the new system immediately and just moved on to the next big thing. So I think that, it should be fun tunes and strange games. What do you guys think?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, it's going to be an interesting night.
I think so.
I'm looking forward to
it.
I'm looking up.
Everybody remembers the first games that came out for something, but do they remember the last games? That's the question. I feel like the answer is frequently no, they don't.
Also because some might say that some games, and I'm not talking about any games in particular that may or may not have been chosen, some games that come out near the end tend to be forgotten for good reason.
Yes, yes, they are. I was really looking hard at some lists of like some late era like GameCube and Wii games, and it seems like they shoveled a lot of just really licensed shitty content onto those systems as they were fading into obscurity. So that's not really a hint as to which games or platform I've chosen, but systems they don't always put out their best stuff in their final year, but I think we've got a good show coming up. So I think we just got to jump into the tunes, not let John Regan say anything, and just have a great show. Am I right?
That's what makes a good show.
Shut up.
Game 1.
How cheery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for some trivia?
Yes. This music does not sound late era. This sounds like some like Hip Tanaka NES launch shit, man. So I'm
It's
curious.
Tanaka was a game composer who worked
Go
on a couple
on.
NES games.
Yeah. Around the launch, a lot of them. So, I'm wondering if John blew the theme. Like if
No.
this is one of the first NES games, and your idea was to supplant, I don't know what predated the NES, so you might have really fucked this up.
It supplanted the Game & Watch.
Yes.
This
Game & Watch games that came
supplanted
out the same year as the NES.
this supplanted playing cards.
Yes.
No, so this is a 1991 NES game. It is the first and only NES game where Peach is depicted with blonde hair in the game. It's also the first time that Daisy is associated with Luigi.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right.
Of course you
Should
used this
have
game.
written something.
Now, what do I do? You know what? I'll make a judgment call, actually. Go ahead and let's see some answers. Let's see here. Do you need more hints?
Yes, actually, I do.
Let me make up something.
I didn't Google anything.
Donkey Kong appears in this game, and he tells the player how much money he has and keeps hold of it for them.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that Mario has a costume from this game in Smash Brothers 4.
Probably. Toad appears.
Thank you, David.
Toad appears whenever you hit your golf ball out of bounds, and
that confirms my David assisted guess.
NES Tournament Open. I'll call that close enough for John. Because I want to play the hat trick sound.
There's no hat tricks tonight, bro. It's
Hat trick on 2 correct guesses.
That was that was the thing I was like asking, and said, no, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Like, I like that sound.
Yeah. Play a different sound, John.
This is NES Open Tournament Golf for the NES. I like that they included the name of the system in the game title.
Probably to make it clear, you should not buy this if you just bought a Super NES.
Yeah.
Let's just really make it clear. This is not a launch title for the Super NES. You're going to have a lot of confused-ass parents returning this to Blockbuster like, what the fuck is this? Tried to rent my kids some, golf. And this is, sir, please. It's right there in the title.
Okay,
you know
first off,
you know what an NES is.
You don't have Lee Trevino's putting challenge. Second off, this game doesn't even play on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
What kind of shoddy establishment are you running?
I tried to put it in the slot, and it didn't fit, and it broke, and I got game splinters in my hand. And now I'm mad. That is real
I've
transcript
said
of
that
conversation
exact
from
same sentence in a bedroom type scenario.
I can only
Now
imagine,
I am
John.
mad, or
I just imagine John in Mario's golf outfit, running into the bedroom, and then take it from there.
I enter the room the same way Kramer enters Jerry's apartment.
Let's play some NES Open Tournament golf. Oh, not tonight, honey, please.
perfectly dressed in Mario's Pro America golf outfit.
Hell yeah, man! That's the most American Mario's ever looked, man. That I mean, that's a good look. The hot striped overalls. Is the hat got stars on it, or I don't know. It's a hot look. For an Italian stereotype plumber. Created by a Japanese video game company. It's there's a lot going on there, a lot to unpack. Actually, I think we just unpacked it. So Johnny, I guess you're well versed in NES Open Tournament Golf. It's your favorite game. That's why you picked it, right?
Yeah, I played the shit out of this game as a kid. That's not true at all. And
I was gonna say, I don't believe you.
It was between this and this weird anti-drug game that came out on the NES this in 1991. I was like, oh man, like this and Wally Bear Says No to Drugs. I went with this.
Have we used Kirby's Adventure? Because Kirby's Adventure came out way after the Super Nintendo did.
No, I don't believe we have it. It came out in 93,
yeah,
92 or 93, and it's delightful. And that's kind of in that gray area of this theme. Like, would it have been acceptable? If you used it, I probably would have said yes, because it's one of the best late era NES games. It's like the later Mega Man sequels, some of that fucking Bucky O'Hare, and then fucking I just spaced out. What game was I just complimenting? Kirby's Adventure. yeah.
And that other game that's good, I guess. Whatever.
That Marshmallow game. Keep an eye out. So good choices there, John. You picked the game that there's nothing to say about. It's the golf sequel for the NES.
I figured at least one of us has played it, maybe. Anyone?
I was gonna say, what is the difference between NES Open Tournament Golf and NES Golf?
I am betting that it comes down to the sprites. I bet you it's just you actually play as Mario and Luigi instead of the man who is on the cover of the golf game, who appears to be Barney from The Simpsons in a Mario outfit. Look up the original NES golf package. It's not Mario on that cover.
That's part of the action sports series.
Yes, part of the launch series.
Yeah, I do believe this is the first Mario golf. Previous one didn't have Mario. And I think that's the main difference. Is just basically they just replaced Nameless Guy with Mario. And that's the game. And you play golf. You have 3 courses. There's a U.S. course, a Japan course, and a U.K. course.
Nice.
That's something, because I think the original golf only had 1 course.
Okay.
Probably.
Of 18 holes.
And I think they took one of the courses from this game and made it part of Wii Sports Club on the Wii U, which I thought was really cool. David, did you ever get Wii Sports Club or download any of the games for Wii Sports Club?
Well, I remember, I think the first NES Golf, they did a 3D version of those courses for the original Wii Sports. And then I think Wii Sports Resort, they did one of the ones from NES Open Tournament, but I did not get Sports Club.
Okay, well, yeah, I cannot look it up fast enough, but Wii Sports Club, there was definitely a full 18 holes that was one of the courses from this game. It was either NES Open Tournament Golf, or apparently the Japanese version had 5 courses, but it was one of those like full courses redone in like modern graphics. And as somebody who loved playing some fucking Wii Golf, I really enjoyed it because Wii Sports Club got you 3 golf courses, and the fact that one of them was based on this game, pretty cool,
pretty neat. Yeah,
nice little shout out to the old days of NES Golf. But yeah, no, I never played this. Never played this at all. Like as a child of age 6 or so when this would have come out, golf was not my game. It wouldn't be my game until Mario Golf came out of the N64, and then after that, I played a few those little Mario Golf style games, some Mario Golf, some Hot Shots, and I don't think it's changed much in the time, from this to then. Graphic upgrades, couple of strategy things, but it's a timing game, and you hit balls and don't go in the water. Like John, I can't believe you picked this game. We've said so much about it.
I thought it was interesting that I think this was the first time Daisy appeared outside of Super Mario Land. And yeah, you can play as Mario, Luigi, and then Mario has Peach as his caddy, Luigi has Daisy as his caddy.
Wow.
Monty Mole appears on the cover, but Monty Mole isn't in the game, and he doesn't show up in any game until Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. So it's not like he was in a like Mario 3 or anything before this. It's really kind of bizarre. I don't know why they put him there.
This was the debut of Monty Mole?
Yeah.
Only on the cover.
Yeah.
You don't think they threw this in there for like fucking Caddyshack synergy? Because I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
He was actually Gordy Gopher back then, and looking at the cover, it definitely looks like Mario has either just hit him or he's taunting him with how good he is at golf. He's got to look like, yeah. What do you fucking think of that? Fucking mole.
Fuck you, mole.
Exactly.
I'm just imagining Mario in Caddyshack, like, oh boy, we're only getting the lead.
I'm imagining.
Oh, dude. We get Bill Murray to play Mario for a movie, because that's the next logical step in keeping Mario a viable film franchise, is adding the star of Bill Murray.
Yeah,
I think that's the logical progression. Celebrated British actor, Chicago comedian. Like, yes. Obviously.
Exactly. It's like, are you calling Bill Murray a celebrated British actor? Are you having a stroke, David? Right.
Stroke?
See, I do layers on layers on layers. But anyway, I'm impressed that we've managed to fill this much time talking about NES Open Tournament Golf.
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
We haven't been talking about NES Open Tournament Golf.
I'm impressed that we've been able to come up with ways to talk under the guise of talking about NES Open Tournament Golf.
I would like to see a movie with Bill Murray as Mario and Chevy Chase as Luigi, and for them to have only one scene together where they very awkwardly improv it.
Caddyshack.
Really,
what you're looking for is Caddyshack.
Right. Just next time you're watching Caddyshack, slap a mustache on the TV
with a post-it note on it that says "Super Mario Presents."
Exactly. When the movie's about to start, raise the Super Mario Bros. 3 curtain on it, and then just pretend that the whole time they have silly mustaches on. That's how you do it. That's how you get NES Open Tournament Golf, the game. The movie.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Shut up.
And then we can pull a Street Fighter and have an NES Open Tournament Golf, the movie, the game.
Oh, God. Hell yeah.
Like digitized Bill Murray Mario.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat level graphics of Bill Murray and Chevy Chase playing golf. I mean, Bill Murray would sign on for that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If you asked him to play, Mario in a Mario Golf movie, he's in. like no question.
Yeah.
And then like it'd be all his brothers would play the rest of the Mushroom Kingdom. It'd be like Brian Doyle Murray as Bowser, and like whoever his other brothers
Brian
are
Doyle
just
Murray
play.
is clearly going to be Toad.
It would be perfect.
The pitch for that too, like all right, Bill, we got this movie for you. It's a Super Mario Brothers movie. You're going to be playing Mario, popular worldwide, big draw. No, I don't play. I'm not going to do it. You can play golf. Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah,
I was imagining like Toad's role was to tell you when you hit your ball out of bounds. So I'm imagining Brian Doyle Murray in the little Toad hat, like you hit your ball out of bounds, Bill. It doesn't even call Mario.
Let's do another take. It's not Bill. I'm playing Mario in this movie.
Yeah.
I just can't wrap my head around this role.
I mean, like every time the ball goes into the out of bounds, like he just pops out of the rough. Hey, you're out of bounds.
Oh man, impressive that we've managed to really keep this going. Let's not keep it going, Johnny. Let's move on to game 2, dude.
Game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No comments. Well, those two songs could not be much more different.
No.
Who wants a little piece of trivia?
Yes, please.
Jesus, John, calm down.
Yeah, you were so quick with the yeses on the trivia. You know, the yes is implied. So this game was originally intended as a direct sequel to a much-loved RPG spin-off game, but had to be renamed after a falling out between the original developers.
Oh, I should write something down.
Good thinking, John. So, yeah. I thought maybe this one was going to be a little more obvious. Maybe you guys saw what was being requested. I should probably give a shout out to our requester. This one comes to us via Facebook from Dylan. Thank you very much for the request, Dylan. And what are you guys thinking?
I'm wrong.
Oh my God. David Fleming says
Oh,
Chrono Cross. John
God.
Regan says Paper Mario. Johnny, you're right.
Yeah, I kept up with the Facebook this week.
Oh, you've got to give your own correct sound there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well done, man. Well done.
Hey,
those requests
little
were
bit of
coming
trivia.
fast and furious.
Who's got 2 thumbs and never played the original Paper Mario?
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I was counting on you to be the Paper Mario guy. Oh, shit.
Actually, the original Paper Mario is the only one I haven't played.
Really? I mean, I played it very casually over at my girlfriend at the time's house. It was one of the only Nintendo 64 games she owned and liked to play. And I will not elaborate on any further details of what went on over there. But we didn't play much Paper Mario. And yeah, that's about the extent of my Paper Mario knowledge. The combat's very simple. The characters are very adorable in their paper cut style. And I have not played very much of it. God damn it, David. I thought for sure you had played this.
That's right, because it was supposed to be Super Mario RPG 2, but then they split with Square.
Yeah, fucking Square, man. I mean, I can't believe that somehow Super Mario RPG 2 was too licensed for them to use. Like, no, you can't call it that. Like,
well, I don't know what I think is weirder, the fact that they couldn't use Super Mario RPG 2 or the fact that they made a game based around paper cutout versions and didn't think to call it Super Mario RPG Paper or Super Mario Story or
actually in Japan it's just called Mario Story.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
Yeah. So, I guess they thought Americans were dumb, so they just marketed it as just, here's some paper and it's Mario, Paper Mario. I mean, it makes sense. It's a nice simple thing. But
actually, I take back my earlier statement. I haven't played Color Splash.
Really?
But I played Thousand Year Door and Super Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, even though that doesn't technically count, but whatever, I enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. I was confused when I looked at our list of games we already used. I'm like, surely we've used Paper Mario. It's like, we haven't used any Paper Marios. That doesn't seem right. Because I could swear, we started talking about, Mario Paper, and it's like, oh yeah, Paper Jam.
Paper Jam.
Yeah. But yeah, Paper Mario series is pretty fun. Like I said, colorful, cartoony. Just it's got stories which are not typical in the Mario universe, especially prior to this. Like, I don't know. It's fuck, man, John, you haven't played this? Help me out, bail me out here.
It's
if you say it's Mario and he's paper, I'm gonna reach through the internet and punch you.
Yeah, how does it compare to NES Open Tournament Golf?
It's probably significantly better. I haven't played it, but. Yes.
Gonna hazard a guess that Paper Mario 64, a game that came out 10 years after NES Open Tournament Golf, is better. Hot take there, John.
But I play shortstop, yeah. Are you better than me? I don't know you, but yes.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about the Paper Mario series, just not anything specific to the first Paper Mario game.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Because I can't say much specific about any of them. Like, I like them. I've played a little bit of like each one, except the handheld ones and the most recent one, the Color Splash on Wii U. And, I mean, they're great. They're everything I've said so far encapsulates my feelings on the series. They're colorful. They're cute. They've got nice stories, and they've got fun, simple, fucking battle mechanics. I like them a lot.
Question.
Except Sticker Star. Sticker Star is terrible.
Oh, really?
Sticker Star is awful.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What elements from Mario RPG carried over into Paper Mario, if any?
The RPG part.
I was going to say, it's an RPG. Other than that, I don't know.
You attack with jumping. You attack with the hammer. They didn't really introduce sidekicks in Mario RPG. That's kind of a new Paper Mario thing, but multiple party members.
True.
I don't think you get to play as Bowser in the first one. I think you can only play as Bowser in Super and Thousand Year Door.
Right.
But yeah, it's the same basic, like the time-based attacks where you jump and you push the jump button at the right moment, you get double damage and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, honestly, that's the thing. The easier it is for me to play an RPG, quite frankly, the better. Like, I'm not saying I can't play something complicated, but like, I just, for the Paper Mario series, it's all about, telling cute stories, a little bit of humor, and just, kind of seeing the world in its cute paper style. I don't want it to be super hard. Like, I just want to play the game and complete it, which does not speak well of me because I haven't completed any of them. But you get the point. Like, I like the simple RPG style. Make it as accessible as possible. Yeah,
and that's one of the things that I like about, all the Mario RPGs, but specifically Paper Mario, because that's the game. I forgot how much I really liked the Paper Mario battle style until I've been playing Dragon Quest a lot, and that's like old school JRPG where you select everything from a menu.
Yeah.
And it's fun and enjoyable and the story is engaging, but it gets really boring really fast because it's just attack, defend. Like, where once Paper Mario, like, okay, I'm going to use a hammer. Make sure you pull the controller stick back, let it go at the right moment. Okay, you killed the enemy. Like, it's more engaging and more fun.
No, they use a good version of this. I mean, I haven't played a whole lot of games. I can't cite a whole lot of games that use a similar system. But in South Park, the Stick of Truth, they use a lot of the same timing based battle mechanics, and it's a lot of fun. And the whole point of the South Park game is not like deep ass RPG mechanics. It's find as much goofy South Park shit as possible and play a really great South Park game. So I think it suits games where it's like. The point is to have, fun, enjoyable game, maybe a little bit of challenge later on. But for the most part, you're here for the presentation, the story, the fun. So here's this fun, timing-based battle system. I'm not sure what the appeal is of just the classic old school, so many windows battle system.
So many windows.
So many windows.
I mean, yeah, it's fun. And the story is engaging, but it's just
I really like it when my RPGs make me feel like I'm really just using a computer and choosing things all day.
I like to think I'm reading a book, and every now and then I have to, click something in the book. It's a good feeling when I'm playing an RPG.
We're going to transport you to a fantasy realm, immerse you in this story, and you know what was really big in the time of swords and sorcery?
Spreadsheets
were huge in that fantasy world.
Oh yes, statistics, big deal back then.
Yeah, remember those choose your own adventure books where you had to have a sheet of paper and keep track of your PP and MP and wait, that's basically Dungeons and Dragons.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're describing what you think you're describing there.
I'm the dumbest member of this show.
No, I'm just thinking it's a choose your own adventure book where you have to keep track of your own stats. That's a hardcore choose your own adventure book.
Or
I was gonna say usually it's just to bookmark the pages. Oh, you gotta choose your own adventure. Go to this page, but also write down all these statistics. Oh shit.
You're into page 27. Also, you have taken 6 hit points worth of damage.
Fuck. But anywho,
actually, that's kind of a cool idea. Choose your own RPG adventure.
But I mean, what's to stop you? If you're reading your own adventure book, it's like, do you have enough, hit points to defeat this dragon? Well, I don't know. I think so. I racked up 8 on page 30, and then no, having to keep track of your own stats is terrible.
What we're describing is Dungeons and Dragons, except the Dungeon Master is a book.
I know, it's like single player Dungeons and Dragons, which I guess is what Dragon Quest is.
I was gonna say, that's the single player Dungeons and Dragons sounds like the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Just role playing by yourself in a book.
Just roll the die. You don't get the right thing. You just tip it over to 20. Okay, yeah, cool.
See, I thought that's the point you were bringing up. It's like as you're reading the book, do you have enough attack points to kill this dragon? Sure. Turn to page 17 anyway.
Sure, why not? Oh, Jesus Christ. So Paper Mario is about that simple, but more rewarding, and you can talk about it with friends. And play it with friends, not simultaneously, but hung out with some people playing some Paper Mario. So yeah, it's a fun game. You hang out, you laugh along with it, you play a charming ass RPG. That's the game. Johnny, I think. We should thank our requester one more time. Thanks again, Dylan on Facebook. Good request, great tunes, soundtrack loaded with great tunes, which I really should have looked up the composer for before getting into this spiel about tunes. The composer on Paper Mario, Suji Yoko and Taishi Senda, good composers. I assume they work for Intelligent Systems, so who knows what they're doing these days. But yeah, man, Paper Mario, dope game, dope soundtrack, dope mechanics, always a lot of fun. And I think we should keep going, John.
All right.
Game 3.
Do it.
That's not right. My bad.
Is it?
it just cut out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The music just cuts out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
All right.
Apologies for those abrupt ends.
That's fine.
So I have 2 pieces of trivia for this game. One is, I think, legit fascinating but doesn't help, and the other is kind of boring but probably will. So there are 3 unlockable characters in this game that come from a series, or come from series that don't come from the main series this game is based on. They are Puka and Fygar from Dig Dug, and the Prince of All Cosmos from Katamari Damacy.
Nice. Good save.
And is there another trivia? Or...
Goddamn, John.
Oh, I thought there was a second one.
Well, there was, but I figured I would wait, and
Okay.
I can do it now.
Okay, well, no, let's do the song. And
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so as you may have noticed, if you recognized, basically all of the music in this game is remixed from other songs. And the people who worked on the music, it's a list. There is Mike Rubino, Rod Abernethy, Charlie Malone, Tommy Talrico, and
Ooh.
Dweezil Zappa.
Whoa! Cool.
Huh.
Oh
Does
man,
not help me get to the answer to this one.
I was just looking up video games that Dweezil Zappa worked on.
How ironic.
Yeah.
or rather, what a coincidence. I gotta stop mixing those two up. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely wrong.
Yeah, I got a great answer though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so John Harrington says Mario Kart Arcade GP, which is incorrect. John Cregan says Pac-Man's Haunted Beach House Hootenanny Katamari Dig.
Yeah.
I'm giving a point.
Yeah.
To
John?
me or John?
To you.
Yeah. Good.
So what is the game?
This is Pac-Man World Rally, which was released in 2006 for both the PlayStation 2 and GameCube. So it actually meets the qualifications for both Sony and Nintendo consoles.
Oh.
It sure does. Well. At least I had a kart racer.
The Pac-Man kart racing game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That is, as you like to say, a game that exists. Yeah. Well, what?
I'm
Okay.
gonna go out
now,
on a limb and
who has
say,
two thumbs and never played
neither of you
Pac-Man
can
World
play.
Rally? Floor is yours, David.
Actually, it's not terrible.
Right.
It's kind of fun. It has its moments. It's really kind of average and mediocre, but it's not actively bad. It is a Mario Kart ripoff. Extremely. But I mean, more so than like most kart racing games, because you get bomb power-ups, and get this, the green ones shoot in straight lines and bounce off objects. The red ones home in on other players, and there's a blue one that attacks the person who's in first place.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that's interesting and unprecedented, I believe. Wow.
Yeah. But it's... See, the one thing they didn't copy from Mario Kart was the rubber banding AI.
That's good.
Which sounds good in theory, except that means they just programmed the AI the same across like all of the cup difficulties. So this game is really easy. Like,
okay.
It's ridiculously easy.
That actually kind of makes sense. Like, you know, everybody always complained about the rubber banding AI in Mario Kart, but like, if it didn't have that, like, or eventually, I guess they replaced the rubber banding AI with all those fucking like level the playing field weapons from the that you only get when you're in like the bottom third. But if it didn't have that, you'd be running away in every race, like just every time. So, yeah, actually, that kind of makes sense. And I mean, I can see where it would make sense for Pac-Man to have a fucking really easy kart game. I mean, like, I don't understand how Pac-Man has gone on as like a series and as a mascot. Like, he's cool, but
great.
is he cool?
He's very cool. He's the coolest. In Japan, he was originally called Puckman, and they renamed them. No, like I mean, I love Pac-Man games, but I've never played anything but the classic Pac-Man games. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say you love Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, I assume,
and Pac-Man Junior.
Oh yes, I believe his name is Junior
is,
Pac-Man.
Because most of the characters, you've got Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man, the ghosts, and then they have all the like Pac-Man world characters like Talkman and Spooky. I was like, I have no idea who these characters exactly.
I was gonna say I would assume Spooky's a ghost, but you know, what do I know?
Spooky ghost.
there's also like a weird alien guy who was apparently the villain of Pac-Man World 3. But you can unlock the Prince of all Cosmos, which is
I
pretty
love it.
great.
I love the fucking prince.
His cart, his wheels on his cart are just mini Katamari's.
Yes.
But it's really easy. It's really kind of average, but it has some cool ideas because there are shortcuts, but you have to collect fruit first, like in Pac-Man games. So as you're going through, you'll find a piece of fruit, and if you collect that on the next map, there'll be like a gate with that fruit on it, and it'll open up as you come up to it. And you can collect Pac-Man dots, and they fill up this little meter. And if you fill up the meter, you can push a button and change all of the characters into blue ghosts on unicycles, and it changes your ghost your cart into a giant like Pac-Man cart, and it gives you like this huge speed boost, and you can actually eat and slow down all the racers.
Okay, yeah, that's super awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, those all sound cool. I don't like the part earlier where you said it just was straight ripping off Mario Kart, but all that Pac-Man stuff sounds cool. One thing that I'm kind of ambivalent towards in like the Mario Kart series is the lack of shortcuts. I like the new Mario Kart games; they're fine, and you get your shortcuts by getting boosts and like boosting through like grass and things like that. Just cutting corners. But like I like things where it's actually like a really complex course and there's like some wacky shortcuts that you might miss, or in this case, like have to unlock. I think that's kind of a fun mechanic. I'm surprised that to hear that this game brings anything interesting to the table.
Yeah, like it was just kind of like a crappy spin-off, and in a lot of ways it was, but it had some cool ideas to it too.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's a kart game from 2006, so like it's got to have some ideas in there, or else it's just or be just the most polished generic spin-off possible. Like.
Wasn't there some arcade Mario Kart game that had Pac-Man in it?
Was it my guess? Mario Kart Arcade GP?
Oh.
Yes, it was.
Hey.
Yeah. Which is why I guessed it.
Yeah.
Although, speaking of guest characters, so this had the 3. Apparently there was a PlayStation Portable version that added Mr. Driller and Mappy from Mappyland. And the final cup in the game, instead of getting like a mirror mode, there was a course based on Katamari Damacy, there was a course based on Galaga, and then there was a course inside of a Pac-Man maze.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna need to. Oh fuck, that's PSP exclusive.
No. The Mappy and Mr. Driller were PSP exclusive, but all versions had the extra. I think they called it like the Retro Cup or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you find this game for PS2, you can beat it in like 3 hours and get the extra bonus cup and race on the Katamari course, which is pretty cool.
Man. Yeah, I'm looking at like the wiki for it right now, and it's just a picture of a race course with the King of all Cosmos laying in the background with his leg up. Like, if that's all that is, I'm cool with it. Like,
sold.
If that's the only Katamari connection, I'm cool. Like, it's a normal racetrack, but the King's there with his glorious thighs in the background, like dope. You know what I like, Namco. You guys are all right. Surprised they didn't throw like some Soul Calibur characters into this or something, or like Tekken people.
Oh god, that would have been awesome. like Astaroth in a tiny little car.
Yeah, or Pac-Man and Voldo just racing alongside each other. Nope, let's not go into Voldo, Chad. He comes up way too often on this show. Well, cool, man. Yeah, good.
Or King in like a go-kart with a giant Jaguar head on the front.
Yes, exactly. Or in I was trying to think of a stereotypically Mexican car for King to ride in, but I got nothing. That's for the next Pac-Man World Rally. Do they still make Pac-Man games or anything? Like, I feel like I saw a Pac-Man cartoon on Netflix recently, and like my nephew was watching it, but he's only 4 and he doesn't really know what the fuck was going on. I'm like, oh, and do you have any idea what this is? He's like, it's ghosts. I'm like, sure, let's go with it.
You're half right. Yeah.
There are ghosts.
Anything else? Or?
I say he's really 4/5 right? Because there's 5 characters, 4 of which are ghosts. Like,
you're 80% of the way there, son. You're doing all right. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I guess the Pac-Man series lives on somehow. But I think good game, David. Unless there's something else, I think we got to keep going.
It's average game. It's one of those games where I was really hoping for a sequel for them to polish it and like make it better, and then they just never did it.
Nice. Well, maybe someday. Maybe for the Switch. Let's have World Rally 2 with a bunch of crazy Switch exclusive characters that we will discuss later on. Johnny, let's keep going.
Game 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, what do you guys think about that?
I like it.
Yeah.
Not bad. So I'm betting, though, you could use some trivia.
Yes.
Some trivia that will not help you get this game. This game contains 2 sets of password-protected levels, only one of which was ever released to the public. The second password has never been released or cracked, and due to its complicated encryption, would take approximately 11 million years to decode. So, what do you guys got any guesses?
I do.
Any additional trivia that won't help?
I would love additional trivia that won't help.
You know what?
Well, first of all, huh?
Before you get into that, I want to address that first trivia. How much you want to bet there actually is not a second password?
No, I mean, actually, that's the thing. They found the levels. They've unlocked the levels through like means not involving the password, but they can't get the password. Like, there are levels in this game that have never been played, like on the public release of this, and they'll never be unlocked via that password, but people have played them. This is another fan request. This comes from our buddy Alex Messenger on Facebook. Shout out to Alex for another great request. It was composed by Tim Fallon, and it was released as a promotional partnership with MTV as part of a contest.
I'm holding my card up just so
Doesn't
you know
help,
I wrote
does it?
down my answer before that trivia because I feel like it's important.
It's not an MTV licensed game at all.
Too late. I already started writing.
Perfect.
My answer's
All
actually
right,
not that
so
funny.
let's see some answers. John Regan says Tim Fallon showcase game, almost true, and David Fleming says real world game. No, not at all true. This is Treasure Master for the NES.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Right? Everybody knows and loves Treasure Master, right? Right? No, nobody's ever heard of this game.
What season of Real World was that?
Well, it was 91, so this this actually predated the Real World.
It was Real World Aztec Jungle.
Yeah. Real 8-bit world. No, so besides the fact that the soundtrack's composed by Tim Fallon, this game is completely non-memorable. And I mean, well, that and the fact that it was released as some sort of strange MTV promotion. I mean, you guys no idea what this is, huh? Nothing. It was like they released this game, and then MTV had a thing where they were going to release the password to unlock the final level. A few months after it came out. So like this game came out, people had a couple of months to get their games right, and then MTV released this fucking password that unlocks the final level. And then apparently, as part of this sweepstakes, people who had the game had 24 hours to beat the whole game, including this new super hard level, and that unlocks a like special password that then you have to call a 900 number and enter, and that enters you in the contest. Huh. It's the most bizarrely 1991 thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And to think there are people who bitch about spending like $6 for a new level pack.
Yeah, exactly. This game is, I mean, I guess it wasn't technically DLC, but the content was on the cartridge, and
it was
they never released
DLC.
the password. Exactly.
On cartridge DLC.
Yeah. Hidden behind a fucking password that MTV had held the keys to, and then they never released the second password. And I assume that no one wrote it down. Like they had to have designed that level and then been like, all right, so what's the password for that one? It's like, oh shit, I just finished running the password generator. Did you write it down? Fuck.
I like to imagine that, I don't know, in maybe about 20 to 30 years, it's gonna pop up in like an estate sale somewhere. like some person's gonna go to an estate sale
with the password on it.
Yeah, and they're gonna buy it, and then they're gonna put it on eBay and sell it for millions of dollars.
No, yeah, John, I was gonna say all the shit that's out there about how to crack this password is way beyond my pay grade. But if you look it up, you might be able to make sense of it. But apparently, they've got a computer algorithm that can do part of it. But like, in order to get the full 24 character password, it's so complicated that this like pseudo random password would take 11 million years to crack.
Yeah, sounds
which
about right.
I don't think would be worth it in the case of this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a platform game. It's made by Software Creations, which is why they got Tim Fallon in there. So it's a crappy platform game, and people played it as part of a contest. And yeah, that's kind of it, man. Like, I don't think it's as bad as, say, like Silver Surfer or some of these other like software creations games, but just the fact that it's only designed to get kids to call a 900 number for an MTV contest takes it to a whole new level of like strange awfulness.
It's just the worst.
And apparently the prizes were pretty good though. You know, Wikipedia doesn't make it clear what it is, but it says 2 first prize winners had their pick of a fantasy rock concert, a fantasy sports event, a fantasy audio video room, or $10,000. And they don't have the word "or" in there. They just have those 4 things listed. So I'm like, do they get all 4? Because that'd be pretty fucking dope. Like, you know, it's 1991. I want to go see Aerosmith. I want to go to Super Bowl, 16. I want a fucking, audio video room with a 32-inch TV. And yes, I'd like $10,000. Like, hell yeah. That's some pretty sweet cheese in fucking 1991 terms.
I would take the 10K if you had to choose them, because I'm worried that a fantasy rock concert means that you just get to sit there and fantasize about your favorite rock concert. Like,
you choose wrong, you get just like smacked around by some guy. Yeah, okay, here's your fan. I got your fantasy rock concert right here.
Pretend you're watching Aerosmith. Isn't this great?
I would go with one of the fantasy ones because I'm taking it as, instead of like imagining it, you're just in some blank room. I'm taking like literal fantasy, like it's a rock concert, but everyone's dressed up like knights and elves and mages and everything. Like,
or if they said,
in the middle of the woods.
You won your fantasy rock contest. Who do you want tickets to? Jimi Hendrix.
No, even more impressive, they managed to pull it off.
Software Creations and MTV had some pretty serious pull back in the day. But yeah, and 250 second prize winners won a Super Nintendo. Ooh. And the nearly 36,000 third prize winners may have received an official poster-sized certificate declaring them a winner of the game. I really hope that MTV lost money printing 36,000 posters and mailing them to kids. Like,
I wonder if it's may have received because they didn't pay for like the shipping confirmation at the post office. Like they may have gotten it. Yeah. We don't know.
I'm just imagining that it's like may have received because it was 36,000 third place winners, but the game was so hard, only like 6 people claimed it.
Yeah. It'd be great if there are 35,994 unclaimed posters somewhere in the world. Like, oh man. Yeah, dude, this game, there's not much to say about it besides, the contest stuff. If you look up the fucking artwork for it, the cover art is like the most radical 90s, like late 80s, early 90s shit you've ever seen. And then, I was watching a video of it, and the main character has just about the best walking animation of any character in the history of video games. Like, let me see if I can fucking share my screen on our chat thing for the fucking viewers.
Yeah, you can do that. That should work. If you share your screen, it'll replace your video, so it'll pop up on the thing. It is cut off a little bit, I think, but just try to get in the center. There you go. That's about right.
Yeah. Can you see that?
That's pretty excellent walking animation.
Dude, the fucking character in this game has the sickest strut ever. Like, he's just throwing those fists out. He's got like a neon like green and green hat and shoes. He's got like a peach romper going. He might have the original male romper.
This guy was ahead of the game.
I'm saying, man, and yeah, he's just fucking strutting at all times. When you jump, it looks like he's doing a skateboard trick, even though he is never on a skateboard in the game. Like, the game was 90s MTV levels of radical. And it's a really fascinating relic of 1991, just fucking strange marketing. Like, seriously, that's the thing. It's like, what is this even like trying to sell kids? Like, it kind of makes me wish they would release. I mean, they've done things where it's like tie-ins to like play a video game and win a prize in recent years, but it seems like this game was only released to do that. Like the opening screen of this just says like it's like Treasure Master, copyright 1991. See Treasure Master booklet for contest details or call 1-900 blah blah blah. Contest void where prohibited. Like it was all on the title screen of this game. This game was a fucking contest. Like it's a strange game, but they got Tim Fallon to do the soundtrack, so of course we have to feature it on Game That Tune. So yeah, that's Treasure Master. Thanks a lot, Alex, for another great request. Obscure game, fantastic tunes, and just thorough early '90s confusion. So, Johnny, I think we just got to keep going.
All right.
Game 5.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's see. Let's get some trivia for this one. I kind of realized trivia doesn't really. None of my trivia this week is very helpful, but whatever. It's a challenging week. Great tunes. So one of the many changes that this game makes to the series formula is having its main playable character be a silent protagonist, serving little purpose to the plot besides being present to observe the other characters' stories. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, nice.
So, how we doing on those answers, John and David?
About as good as you think.
Damn right. So, Johnny, do we need a sec? Do you need to do anything to the window or anything?
I need to adjust something on the chat real quick, but otherwise should be good to go. Let me check here. Properties. Uncheck that. There we go. Okay. And then, Pat, can you hear us and everything?
Yeah, he can hear you fine.
Hell yeah, dude. So welcome to the show. Special guest caller for this game. Our boy Pat Perkins back yet again. What's up, Pat?
What's up, man?
Dude, glad to hear that you know something about this game because I picked it based on loving the series, but boy oh boy, I ain't played it. So Johnny and David, let's see some answers.
Okay. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm still making. I'm updating a thing to have Pat's name on stream. Okay, there we go.
Sure.
Let's see here. Oh, I'm writing it down.
Do it, Johnny. David Fleming says Swan song starring silent protagonist. Kind of true. John Regan says Secret of Mana PS1.
I recognize that last theme.
You motherfucker! You lie like a fucking rug.
No, we played. we played a bunch of it, and I remember that whistle tune in the last one. I caught that.
No, you might be right. This is Legend of Mana for the PlayStation 1. Yeah, I'll give you a point. Why not?
Hey.
You didn't play the you got it right sound, Johnny.
Oh, whoop.
Been real soundboard slacking tonight, John. Just not acceptable.
I just, for the first time in our show's history, brought in a guest caller mid-show. Give me a break on the soundboard.
Soundboard slacking. So
also, to
yeah,
be fair, he's also, I believe, scored more points than anybody else this game.
that is true. John is handling winning tonight somehow. What the hell? So yeah, man, Johnny and David, I know you guys are big Mana fans, PlayStation 1 owners, all up in that ass. You guys, you got a lot to say about this. Am I right, folks?
I mean, they call me Mr. JRPG on PS1 for a reason.
That's my middle name. This is why I'm glad we brought Pat in. Pat, let's do it. What do you think about Legend of Mana on the PS1?
Easily one of the best action RPGs of all time.
Yeah, dude. It if I had known about this, like if they had marketed this better back in 2000 when this came out, same year as the PS2, mind you, I would have bought a PS1 like just on the spot, man. Like you tell me you got a Secret of Mana sequel, finally, and it's got like PlayStation style sprite graphics, so just like gorgeous ass sprite graphics. Like, yeah, count me in. I'm all in. I can't believe that like this game didn't get a bigger reception.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They did re-release it on the Vita, I believe. So that's always an option if you have a Vita. I know you guys all are like, storing your Vitas in your closets right now.
Yeah, totally. We who has two thumbs and regularly plays a PS Vita. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. But yeah, man, this game, it looks cool. It also looks like a bizarre departure from the Secret of Mana formula because, like, Johnny and I recently played a little bit of Secret of Mana. John, that was your first time playing Secret of Mana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's a fun game, action RPG, going around beating shit up. This game still has that, but like, Johnny, what would you say is one of the more fun things that we did in terms of like exploring that world and
honestly,
moving around and finding things?
Well, the most fun part about it, to be honest, was just getting to play games with you over the internet. Like, that was so cool.
God damn it!
As far as the actual game, sorry to get all I don't know what the term I'm looking for here is.
No, you're all right.
But it was really a lot of fun. And yeah, as far as exploring the world, like I like the what are those things called? Not Muggle, Moogle.
Moogles.
Yeah. Moogles are pretty cool, and the whole Moogle village, and I don't know, the whole game was really nice.
The direction I was trying to push you in was the fact that a lot of it, like you're walking between towns and you're beating shit up on the way there, and then you get to the next dungeon and you got to beat shit up in that dungeon. In Legend of Mana, they have a very weird presentation. It's you start out in like your house or your village or whatever, and you receive artifacts, and then you can go out to a map screen and build the map using your artifact. So like there's a fucking isometric map, and you drop a thing on the thing, and that builds the next town, and you can just go there. And like the graphics are great, game looks great, the dungeons are fine, but like it's just a series of like map screens moving between like the different settings, and none of the areas are more than like a couple of screens large. Like, I mean, you can move like, like think about it, John, when we were playing Secret of Mana, we're going from like the village to like the water caves, Gaia's Navel. It's a big, long thing where you're fighting a bunch of bees and mushrooms and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot more condensed and just like screen by screen by screen in Legend of Mana. I thought it was a very weird presentation, but
I don't want to get too deep into the mechanics, but that map placement really does change a bit of the game. Like certain areas will influence what type of mana you can harvest in that area. And
Okay.
if I remember correctly, there were some story elements tied to that. So like you did have to pay attention to how you were creating the world.
Nice. Because yeah, that's the thing. I was just wondering. It's like if you can just slap map elements down on a map, like it just seems a little bit silly. But like yeah, if it's like you place this water level next to a beach area or something, or like place something where it doesn't quite make sense, maybe it alters the gameplay somehow. I didn't really get far enough in my like watching of playthrough videos of this to learn whether or not that's a thing. But it struck me as a very odd presentation, because one of the things I loved about Secret of Mana is exploring and just going from place to place and beating shit up. And this one, it's more like map screens between different dungeons, which not necessarily bad, but just different.
Cool.
I can see where you say that.
Yeah, but so I'm assuming then that you have Pat played through and completed this game. Like I said, I didn't watch a whole lot of playthrough of it, but I mean, the game's still pretty excellent.
Yeah, I play it every now and then. I haven't played it in a year, but it's still holds up to this day.
Hell yeah, man. I just love that action RPG shit. I love a real-time battle system. It's like we were saying earlier, man. Too many windows in these RPGs. I like to see my enemies on the screen. I like to know what's coming, and I like to beat them up and do flashy attacks. And Secret of Mana, man, it's always good for that. Pat, did you ever play the unreleased one, Seiken Densetsu 3?
Full disclosure, this is the only Mana game I've ever played.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just gonna say, wow. That's it. You've left me speechless. But yeah, this one, from what I was seeing of it, it takes a lot of its cues from Seiken Densetsu 3, which still never came out in America, which drives me up the fucking wall. Like, it's fun, but like it's strange. Like Secret of Mana, you can kind of avoid battles if you want. You can run away from guys, and I'm sure you can do that in this one, because I mean, you get down to low life, you got to be able to fucking avoid a battle. But it's weird, like when you encounter enemies in Seiken 3, you slow down. Like you for some reason change your walk from like just like that normal strutting through the area to like a battle stance, and it slows you down, so it encourages you to fight the enemies. And I noticed that happens in this one too. So I'm just curious as to whether or not it like just forces you to fight every time, or if you can actually like ditch everything outside of a boss battle. I don't know. The game seems like it's less open than Secret of Mana, but just so fucking gorgeous looking, and probably a lot of fun to play because it's PS1 graphics. Like,
yeah, all the special effects are amazing. You do get locked into battle. I've never been able to run away from battles. I don't think that's an option.
Okay.
It's kind of like lock you on the screen with the enemies. But yeah, you do kind of like get that into that battle stance, and your movement changes a bit depending on what weapon you have equipped.
Because I mean, I liked in Secret of Mana, as long as it's not a boss fight, if you're getting your fucking ass kicked, you can run. That was handy, and like not just like not like run like in a fucking window-based RPG where you hit a button that says run. No, you actually have to like fucking break loose and run away from these fucking monsters. So I wasn't sure if that made a return, but yeah, it's Legend of Mana, interesting game. Also seems strange that it's like a completely non-linear story. Like you just kind of place these things and you do these missions and complete little chunks of a story, but like there's no just set path, and your character's not even really a character. He's just kind of there. Like it seems like there's this one that was just trying a lot of things, to
all makes
do
sense
something different.
Grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away the spoilers.
All right, tight. Because like now that I've seen something on this game, I kind of want to dive into it, because diving into Seiken 3, it was so much bigger than like Secret of Mana. Because Secret of Mana, love that game. It's one of my all-time favorites. But since it was chopped up and not released on the Super Nintendo CD system that never happened, it's not actually as classic of a game as it could be. Seiken 3 had like the intersecting storylines, and you could choose 3 out of 6 characters. And this seems like, it took it and just like changed the way they tell the story in some other odd way. And I'm just like, I don't know. I kind of got to play it now just to know exactly what they did with this game.
I can't wait to hear your impressions when you play it.
Dude, I'm into it. But yeah, so fuck yeah. David, it's time for you to offer your opinions on the Mana series. I can tell you've been waiting patiently in the wings to just dish on this whole series. So, give me 5 to 10 things that you love about Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, Psychen 3. The floor is yours, David.
I like the fact that it's a co-op RPG. I like the fact that it's an action RPG. I like the fact that it's 16-bit and has amazing music because they actually implemented a feature where they didn't use soundtracks for the sound files. And I like the fact that like the base core enemy is a slime bunny.
Yep, that's true. And actually, you brought up a good point because one of the reasons I chose this soundtrack is because it's fucking amazing. The official soundtrack release of this has like 55 tracks on it, and it is it's a fucking great soundtrack. David, if I gave you one guess as to who the composer on this game was, based on all of Game That Tune history, who would you guess is the composer on Legend of Mana?
Hip Tanaka.
Oh man,
No, if I had to take a guess, I would say Yoko Shimomura.
Yes, it is a classic Yoko Shimomura soundtrack. Man, oh man, Yoko can make a fucking soundtrack. This has fucking everything. Like it's got some metal shit, it's got some heartfelt shit, it's got the piano stuff. It's just like it's a classic Yoko Shimomura soundtrack. And that last track was the actual opening theme of the game, and it's a fun little vocal track. Did you catch any of those lyrics?
I did not.
I heard there were lyrics.
Right, exactly. It's a lovely opening theme, and it's not in Japanese. That the vocals, for some reason, Yoko decided that it was a good call to do Swedish vocals. And so it's just an extra interesting kind of high fantasy type opening theme that's for some reason sung in Swedish. And fun fact, this game was never released in Europe. So all those Swedes that might understand what this theme is, no ideas. But yeah, it is a great soundtrack throughout, man. It's pretty fucking dope. So yeah, I'm gonna have to actually play this one now. Pat, I'm glad to hear you say that it's actually great, because I was worried watching videos of it that it was too weird. Not sure if we still have Pat.
Yeah, you might be. yeah, you're gonna love this game. All
right,
go out,
good.
Get it one way or another, play it.
Yeah, I'll have to go procure a copy of it perfectly legally, as I'm sure it is a very common find at retro game stores. Definitely won't be checking that chat window for a link. Anyway, I think this was a great game to finish on. I love that we've now figured out that we can add callers into this chat so we can have more audience participation. This worked out very well, did it not, John?
It worked out pretty well, yeah. I think we could just turn this into a straight-up call-in show. No, it's not too bad.
This is our first caller, and I mean ever, because this is not a call-in show. So, fuck yeah, man. Great game, great tunes. And Johnny, I think it's time to turn it over to the calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers, beeps, boops.
Damn it, John.
Scoring complete. This game's winner is... John Regan.
Yeah.
Wow, John.
I won with joke answers tonight. I just want to point that out.
Dude, you were in rare form tonight. I'm not sure how you managed to do that, but I'm very, very impressed. Oh, man. Great game tonight, man. I was all ready to, play David's bonus music and get a new David theme in here, but, Johnny shocking the world, man. You should get bonus points really for figuring out the call-in aspect of the show. This has been a really fun show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, great tunes tonight. Great joke ass answers that you came up with. A lot of fun. So what do you got in mind for next week there, Johnny?
I actually had a theme idea here. I did not pick bonus music, so we'll be playing David's bonus music. But but the theme idea,
maybe my bonus music.
The theme idea is, you know how I don't know if every console did this, but you know how like PlayStation had the greatest hits, which I think was just re-released million-plus seller games, and I know Game Boy had it. I think Super Nintendo may have had it. Basically, greatest. So since I'm not sure exactly which consoles actually had this feature, basically just games that sold more than 1 million copies. It's basically the theme.
So into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like some million sellers, man. I like my $20 games 4 years late.
Yeah.
That's my kind of shit. I love it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be strict about like it doesn't have to actually have been released as a 1 million plus re-release or whatever. Just if it sold 1 million copies.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that, okay, yeah. That's a good interesting theme for older systems. Maybe a little less interesting for newer systems. I feel like newer games sell more copies, but I don't know. I'm going to find out through my research. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting theme.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was going to say, can we say million sellers, or if a console has a greatest hits brand, a game that's a greatest hits brand?
No, let's just,
or are we going to stick to million?
I don't know. What do you say, John?
I mean, million sellers seems like a nice arbitrary thing that probably lends itself to a lot of good games being selected. So, I mean, I'd say that's a good cutoff. But in the absence of sales data, I would say if you find a console's, greatest hits line, then, maybe go with that. But, start at million sellers. That's my thought.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a pretty fun theme. It's a free play with some kind of thing thrown in to make it not free play.
Shut up, John. It's not a free play because there's literally a constraint. Yeah. You got to stop doing that.
So here's my theme. Everything ties into this theme. It's basically free play. No, it's not.
You literally just defined a theme. Yeah. So fantastic, man. That's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Much like tonight's show was a lot of fun. This was good.
This is a good one.
So thanks to both our requesters. Thanks to Pat for calling in and throwing down on some Legend of Mana. I'm definitely gonna have to pick that one up. So yeah, what do we do to close the show? Oh yeah, thanks to everybody for watching along with us live on twitch.tv/GameThatTune, Facebook.com/GameThatTune, live on YouTube gaming. Search for Game That Tune. Motherfucking Periscope. We're at GTT Pod. Our replays show up pretty quickly on vid.me, where you can check out our replays and maybe throw us $1 for a tip or something. It's up to you. Your call. We always like getting requests. Hit us up with requests on Twitter, on Facebook. Email us, gamethattune@gmail.com. Hit any of us up on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Take those requests. You can find me on Twitter at jgangsta187. You can find David Fleming on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
Yep, and you can find John Regan, this week's winner, on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
Hell yeah, man. So, get back with us next week for a fantastic Game That Tune, not free play, episode with an actual theme selected by John Regan. And, Johnny, tell us what David's bonus tunes are.
David's bonus tunes is... This is probably what I would have picked as my bonus music anyways. Sweet.
dude. NES Open Tournament Golf is copyright 1991 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Pac-Man World Rally is copyright 2006 Namco Bandai Games Incorporated. Paper Mario is copyright 2001 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Treasure Master is copyright 1991 American Softworks Corp. Legend of Mana is copyright 2000 Square Company Limited.
Okay, fading out, hitting stop.